I am back. My phone actually cut off the last video in between part 2 and part 3, so I'm doing the rest of the half of this video. So thank you for tuning back in. So I was on part 3, major investment approaches. There are a couple of different spots here. There are investment buy and sell decision making discussions, and I'm definitely interested in that to see what's in there. And then there's index investing. I don't know very much about index investing as a whole, so I'm definitely interested in seeing what's in there. I remember when I saw a video shared by Tony Robbins. He did an interview on his book Money Master the Game when he was coming out with that, and he was talking about index investing, which it was my first time hearing about it. I mean, of course I've heard about index investing because equities or stocks and symbols are in there, but I didn't know that you can actually invest in like an entire index. So I'm very curious about that. Then there are quantitative techniques and risk management. I've read about risk management before. I've heard other gurus talking about risk management. Quantitative techniques, though, I've never heard of. And there are active equity portfolio strategies, dynamic quantitative models. I don't know what dynamic quantitative models are, so I'm definitely going to be checking in on that. Active equity portfolio strategies, I'm definitely in on that. I love equities. I love learning about all the different companies that are out there. Then there are fixed income securities. I didn't start learning about fixed income securities until about 2 years ago when I ran across it. I was actually reading some information or some things from Ray Dalio. It might have been an article on the internet or something like that, but that's how I started finding out about fixed income securities. And there was somebody else that was like a major important guy that ended up leaving his company, which was like a shocker to the market. That's my introduction to fixed income securities. I actually did a couple of bond trading, let's see, with the treasuries, just to get a feel of the platform. And it was pretty simple. And if I would have known about it earlier, I would have definitely considered fixed income securities sooner than not. And then here in part 3, there's topics about fixed income strategies. So I'm definitely interested in that. And then there's asset allocation and life cycle investing. Asset allocation, basically, where are you going to put your money? In which assets are you going to put your money? And nowadays, there are other alternative methods like cryptocurrencies are another asset allocation. And then there's life cycle investing. I'm curious about life cycle investing as well. Now, let's go on to part 4. Oh, and you can see that the EuroCAD is actually, I'm shorting, and it went up a tad bit and then it dropped some more, which is great. So I'm happy about that. The only thing is I didn't put in, I didn't trade a very big lot. So this is just a tester, a practice, basically figuring out the RSI points. And this one actually worked out pretty good. I feel more confident about it, which is great. Anyways, on to part 4, types of institutional investors. So you have mutual funds, I mean, there are definitely other sides of that. I'm not going to get into that right now. And then there are hedge funds and funds of hedge funds. I'm definitely interested in finding out more about that. This EuroCAD, I see it trying to spike. There's a watermark right there, which is at 1.47395. Well, it's near that mark. And it looks like they're going to try to pin that. Maybe, maybe not. There's a big, well, not a big fat W, but this is just the minute chart. When I trade the RSI, I look at the daily chart. So this minute chart I just put on here so that you can see the action flowing while I'm talking. So this does look like a W formation, but it looks like they're just going to pin the watermark and probably not go to the Mayo mark. Anyways, back to types of institutional investors. There are endowment and foundation funds. I know nothing about endowment funds. The matter of fact, the first time that I had even heard of an endowment was when I was watching YouTube videos from Yale University, and I think Princeton. They're the MOOC classes, basically. They're the free classes that you can watch on YouTube. And that's actually how I started learning about investing even more. I started watching the MOOCs. And what was there? There's Harvard, Princeton, and Yale that I started watching the professors and learning about different things. And they were speaking about endowments, and I was like, what the hell is an endowment, you know? So I'm definitely going to be checking out this part as far as types of institutional investors go. Sorry for my speaking right now. I'm a little tongue twisted. But anyways, there are pension funds, which obviously those are retirement funds. Then there are insurance companies. Now, one of my mentors talks about insurance companies. They are a very important entity or institutional investor where you can actually get money from. So I need to start doing more research on that. So I'm definitely interested in the insurance companies. And then there are sovereign wealth fund investment and risk management practices. I have never even heard of sovereign wealth funds. I don't even know what that means. So I will definitely be digging into that as well. And then there are venture capital funds as institutional investors. And then, of course, I've heard of wealth management firms as institutional investors. That's something that the Big Four accounting firms were talking a lot about in the articles that I was reading in the past videos. And I've actually seen jobs for wealth management firms as well. I think I applied to maybe 2 of those places because I think that is a really good place to get your foot in the door and start learning some really heavy stuff and meeting some really high net worth individuals as well. So anyways, that is the end of this part series, and it looks like this is about to hit that level where, yep, it just breached. Well, no, it just went back up. But anyways, it's a good night. I'll see you later. Bye.